Welcome to the WealthGenius Podcast, brought to you by the Expand Wealth Real Estate Fund. Expand your wealth by investing in apartment buildings. Go to expandwealthfund.com to book your info session. The WealthGenius Podcast, strategies for multifamily real estate investing, mindset, community, success. The WealthGenius Podcast with your host, the godfather of real estate, Alfonso Cuadra, who has expansive experience in business and massive success as a real estate investor. The WealthGenius Podcast. Let's dive into today's episode.
This is like the morning show. The real estate morning show. I'm just joking, but I love putting these podcasts together where we have a lot of different personalities, different types of real estate and different markets. And so here I got Mike, Kiran, and Srihari. Just quickly introduce yourself and kind of what you do.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Alfonso, for this opportunity, and hello everyone. Hello everyone out there who are watching. Well, my name is Mike Chadha. I've been in Edmonton for the last 37 years, so I've seen it, many things. It started off as a graduate of computing science, moved on to working for the federal government as systems analyst. Then later on, I also taught computing science, and then for the last 22 years, I got into real estate. And I started working as a real estate agent, then also became builder, investor, bought many properties, sold, flipped, all of that. And so now I've written a couple of books. My new one is here as well. And now I am excited about what is about to happen in Edmonton.
Edmonton's on fire.
Yes.
Let's promote this book here. What's this book?
This is a book actually I had written for myself to kind of understand the investment side of things. And after writing it, I thought it would be extremely useful for others to avoid risk and how to make a quick money in real estate.
I love it. We're going to go to Kiran.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Alfonso, for the opportunity. It's really exciting every time I talk to other investors. Myself, I am immigrant. I came on a student visa 2011, and I'm a mother, and I'm a nurse by profession. And on the real estate side, I am a land developer. We add units to existing multifamily, and we operate care homes.
Love it. And I'm so curious about the care home space, and so we're going to get to talk about that. And you're also known as the wealthy nurse.
Yes. Thank you.
That's good. That's pretty good branding. I love it. So we're going to go right here to Srihari.
Hi everyone, my name is Srihari. I have an engineering degree from India, and I studied here in NAIT in Edmonton. And I work in a few countries, including US and Canada, and Dubai and Zambia and India. So since 2008, I'm based out of Edmonton, and I'm investing in real estate. After I coming back from US, I started investing in Edmonton, and mostly buy and hold properties in commercial and residential, retail commercial too, and single family and townhouses, and I'm getting into multifamily.
So now, Srihari, he's got the international experience.
Yes.
I want to know about that Dubai real estate.
Oh yeah, it's on fire.
It's on fire, huh?
And Dubai is very much, it's one of the highest growing market in the world, and a lot of high net worth investors are buying. I'm also looking into Dubai too.
Nice.
As of now, I might be going this July winter time to Dubai to look for opportunities.
Wow. And so what's the... what type of opportunities do you see in Dubai? Is it more the condo space? Is it more multifamily? I don't know if they have a market for multifamily.
Dubai is like, there's a few opportunities in the short-term rental space. You rent, let's say, like arbitrage, 20 units out of the one builder, then you rent on a short-term rental basis. Long-term rental basis, then you rent as short-term rental. You make. I have one investor who is making over $700,000 in Dubai market.
Yeah.
And I seen another of my friend doing in Miami and West Palm Beach in Hollywood and Los Angeles, like short-term rental space. and they made a lot of money in Edmonton. $15 million they made in last 3 years in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Because of developments.
Yeah.
But Dubai is. I love Dubai. It's very dynamic and it's no tax.
That's definitely on my radar.
Yeah.
So look, where are we going to start this? Well, let's start this off where, it's not a secret. Everyone here is coming from someplace else. And we are in Canada, and, you were coming from all different walks of life. And also, I came here as a refugee, student, immigrant, and, I don't know.
I'm immigrant too. I
We're
came
all
in 2008.
We're all immigrants
All immigrants.
here. One thing, by the way, Mike invited me to his house a couple of months ago. I think it was a month ago, and we're sitting there, and you were talking about, all the people coming to Canada, and Canada is such a new country. That's what most people don't realize, right? How new Canada really is. I mean, we have this massive landmass, but low density, right? The lowest population density of any country in the world, and you almost have to create the opportunities for people to come to Canada, or else why would they come here to be in the minus 40 weather, right? It's not that people are going to want to come here. So that's kind of where I want to start it off. Like Canada, do we still have opportunities? What do you think? And I personally believe there is so much to grow here because it is a new country. There is so much space for us to grow within the country. But what do you? I'll go around the table and you guys can chime in.
Well, Canada is a very new country. I mean, 1867 it was founded. I mean, although they discovered it in 1500, but they didn't find it useful to grow things and so on.
Yeah.
But it's been amazing, the growth, if you look at it, barely 170 years or so that this country has gone through. And the landmass, the potential, resources it has, and it's an untouched landmass. If you look at places around the world who have been thousands and thousands of years, the fresh water, the things that we actually, fresh air, I mean, abundance of natural resources that we take it for granted, and we only got 40 million people here.
Yeah.
So
No one's here, pretty much.
Really.
And it's like I would say 7 major markets really across. I call it the NHL strategy. If you're going to grow anything across the country, you go to the cities that have NHL teams.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. So I think it's just Canada. I think of it as just warming up right now, and it's opening up to the world, and it's realizing that it needs to stand on its own 2 feet and open up for business to the world. I think the opportunity hasn't even begun. I think it was just the infant, and now it's the birth of.
And I also feel that because the GDP depends on immigration, and to me it's such a unique place where all these different cultures, backgrounds and religions can coexist in one place. You really don't see that anywhere in the world other than Canada.
Well, the country is based on an idea. I mean, it's part of the new world. I mean, so all people could coexist. That's the idea of this country that is so beautiful, And
The lowest crime rate, we don't see guns, we don't see regular news, right? As a woman, I can come to home at 12 o'clock at night. I can be the only person sitting in a public bus, and I will feel more safe compared to, my own street back home. So it's an opportunity for women, and also it's the whole, you feel like you belong here. You have this, you can be anything in the world, and you will have resources available, and you will have people available, and there's this whole community. Canada is like friendliest people, and this is what I think that attracts people from the whole world to come to Canada. So other thing, when we talk about religion, I live on number 5 road in Richmond, And there's one street is called Street to Heaven. So we have like Sikh religion, Gurdwara. Then we have Buddhism. We have Hindu temple. We have Muslim. We have church. We have every kind of, person can come there. And so we are the safest country.
Yes.
And it's a land of opportunities. And like when we talk about why somebody will come to Canada, like when I was studying nursing in India, we had like 50 students in my class. 46 came to Canada. So that happened like every single classroom, and we are spread across Canada in different provinces. All are doing really, really well. They are into profession. Some became mortgage brokers, some became realtors. So I feel like that attracts the whole world. You can be anything in the world. Nothing can stop you.
For me personally, I know I came here in the 80s, right? So I've gotten the opportunity to see Canada grow. Like it's still infant, but it's growing. And what you're saying about the opportunities. So where I come from, it's all about classes. So if you belong to a higher economic class, then you're going to get all the opportunities.
Yes.
Because you'll know the right people. You know who to talk to in the bank. You go to another room in the bank. You're not going to sit there in a line. Here, one thing I find really bizarre: a billionaire could be in the same lineup as you. Like everyone gets treated the same.
Everybody's same.
And you don't know who's a billionaire, who's not a billionaire,
Yes.
who's a millionaire. Who's flat broke.
Yes.
I love that where I come, the economic background that I have, in back home. There's no way in the world that. Even if there was no war, there would be no way in the world that I could be at the level that I'm at. Mm-hmm. And what I love about Canada is that everybody has an opportunity. The average person can make it here if they want to.
Right.
Because the country is growing, because the country is new. Versus, maybe Dubai. And I would say Dubai is brand new. Like
Yes.
Dubai is newer
Yeah.
than, but they just like blow up, right? And but it's still classes, right? And so you still have you not everybody can make it in Dubai, or can they? I don't know. You tell me.
I think they're able to.
Yeah.
As long as they know the right people and right things to do at a right time. There's money to be made. Like here is it's the land of opportunities. New America is Canada right now.
Yes.
And you can make billions of dollars here in this country, in this city, or anywhere in Canada. So right now, it's like a lot of billion-dollar startups are happening or going to happen. As you told, it's very starting up. So I feel like we have plenty of resources, natural resources, and the talent. But we need some spark or like a role model like Alfonso and Mike, Kiran. We need some role models like who grown up a little bit bigger and more. So people are going to follow and people are going to start growing faster. Once that thing happen, it's going to grow bigger from there. It's going to be bigger, yeah.
Well, what I see is obviously there's other markets where there's some issues. Condo market in Toronto, for example, things are imploding there. But we're in Edmonton right now. It's the land of opportunity, and it just happens to be right now. It's the hottest real estate market in all of Canada. Yes. And, that's not just hyperbole. That's just like the facts. Like, we're calling it Albertario because people from Ontario are moving to Alberta. So what makes Alberta such an opportunity right now, and what makes Edmonton specifically, so hot?
I think there are 5 things that make Alberta and Edmonton so hot. Number 1 is that Edmonton is situated near the oil sand and natural gas resources. We're the major city right next to it. That's number 1. Number 2 is the business environment, the taxes, the low taxes business environment is very, very friendly. Number 3 I would say is the labor force. That is a not only diverse but very skilled labor force that we find in Edmonton. diversification, I think, where our industries are very diverse. Not only we rely on natural gas or oil, but we also have education, health, and IT is becoming a really big as well. And the number 5 I would probably say is the affordability. I think it's the affordability is just phenomenal. I mean, we are just at the right place at the right time. The world needs energy. Nothing can work without energy. We're sitting on energy. And we're sitting on affordability and the AI boom that is going to happen, the data centers that would be required, they would require energy, they would require cold environment. We're just perfectly situated. And I love this city. Although I have traveled around the world and I have always thought, can I move here? Should I retire here? Should I retire there? I love this liberal democracy. I love equality. I love equal opportunity. I love the fact that there's a social umbrella over us. I would rather like the whole society to be wealthy than just by myself being wealthy and then everyone else around me is poor. I mean, what kind of life would that be? If I'm,
you need a lot of security.
Yeah. So I love this place. I love this place.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Edmonton, obviously a market for you. You are kind of investing all across Canada. What's your view, Kiran?
So my view is like, as a land developer, land makes sense. The price of land makes sense. If I would have to build 10-unit building, I'm living in BC, that land will be starting, just the bare land will be $2-3 million.
Yeah.
And then when you build 10 units, 10, 12 units, you cannot keep as rental. And then you have to sell. So when you have to sell, there's a holding cost. Then maybe by the time the construction is completed, you are in an entirely different market cycle that the buyers cannot afford. So that's what's happening for the past few years in BC. Even though they increase the density, we need to increase more density. The price of the land needs to come down more to make it sense for rentals. However, in Alberta, the land cost makes sense that you can, and then on the top, there's cherry on the top is like higher density. Mm-hmm. You can keep rentals, and you don't need to be stressed about during construction that I need to make sure that I can sell those units. I think that's the beauty, that even a small developer, even somebody like having knowledge and somebody's first project can be, like land development, they can start with Alberta and keep it for a lifetime.
I know, Srihari, you've recently you're making a jump into multifamily. Yeah. You did make really good money in the condo space, and you're slowly, exiting the condos space and going into multifamily. Why did you want to do that?
First of all, is economy of scale in multifamily, as you always mention. Mm-hmm. And that's the number one reason. Plus, it's very affordable compared to all over Canada. Plus, what Kiran told, it makes sense to buy, then renovate, refinance, pull your money back, then recirculate that money again. Like all over Alberta and Saskatchewan, I think it's one of the better. We are better poised to do this type of things. And Edmonton, particularly, is high income. Income is average is higher and compared to nationwide, and we have a younger population here. Those are a lot of advantages about this, and there's a lot of construction happening and a lot of value adds also happening. And right now, it's most construction happening all over Canada is in Edmonton right now. So this thing plus the LIT construction happening, the bigger ones, and there's Several Park, and there's a $4 billion activity happening in north side of Edmonton. Also, the Fort Saskatchewan hydrogen projects are happening there, and net zero projects are happening there. So these things is going to lift the market, because a lot of people are moving because of this, and this is going to be lifting the market because job growth is happening and GDP growth is happening. These things are predecessor to price growth and rent growth. So once this thing happening, then price has to go up, and more people will be moving. So we'll be catching up with Calgary and other markets in Canada. But still, we have a lot more to go. That's why it's very good to buy now. There are 4 or 5 years of upside is there in this market. So I feel like it's the right time and it's a very good time. Plus, MLS Select, you can buy property, millions of dollars of property with very little money down or little money in the deal.
That's the opportunity in Canada.
Yeah.
Right?
MLS Select,
You don't see that anywhere, right? And really, it goes back to that conversation we were having that one day, where you're like, you have to incentivize people to come here, right? It's a beautiful country, but what's going to get the money here? Well, you got to make it worth it for some people. Kiran, I'm so interested in the care home space. I also understand and believe that we're currently going through the biggest wealth transfer in human history. Baby boomers are exiting, portfolios, businesses, life. Unfortunate to talk about, but that's true. And for people that are listening to this, you guys can do your own research. In the next, I would say 5 years or so, there's going to be 124 trillion with a T. $124 trillion that is going to change hands in the next 5 to 10 years. And primarily that's because of the baby boomers. So, it being in that care home space, I think it's right on the money in terms of the aging population. But what got you so intrigued about that space? Is it because you're a nurse, or is it because you see this massive wave coming?
I believe both. So I'm sitting, like it's a night shift, I'm sitting in emergency, and we are like 4 nurses sitting there, and we are talking. So all our hallways are full. All our beds are full, and majority are our elderly population. They are waiting for care home beds. There are not enough beds in the other units in the hospital. So that causes more waiting time in the hospitals. Like right now with seniors, they are 19% of the population, but by 2037, it will be more than 23% of the population.
Ooh.
People are growing older, and we do not have enough space. So we are talking, and then, as a nurses, we want to make sure that our patients are, they get quality of care, but it's not possible because of the short of staff and more patients waiting in the hospital. And we're talking and said, like, somebody needs to do something. And then somebody said, like, it's very easy to say the government needs to do, but then maybe we can start something. And then I decided I don't want to be just a complainer, tell the complaining. We have so many patients, we're always busy, and then that's how I decided I want to get into real estate and also make an impact, make a difference, open more and more care homes. And when I got more, did my research more into care homes, and I looked at what the other REITs are doing, along with the multifamily, there are REITs specific for which are senior population. They're focused on senior population, and they're doing really, really good. They're making impact, and there are a lot of grants available with the aging population. There's a huge opportunity coming.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, you have baby boomers that have pretty much impacted every industry from the second they were born, and now they're all retiring and getting old, and there's a huge need now. Back home, it's very different, right? Because back home, the
parents stay with us,
yeah,
the kids.
Parents, the parents, the kids take over. But you have to think about where we are. We're in the Western world, and even myself, I love my kids, but I don't want my kids to be having to take care of me. I want my kids to have their own life and enjoy their own life and not have to worry about me. So this is something that I'm thinking about, even at, I'll be 48 this year, but it's something that's like, okay, I want to make sure that, there's enough money there to take care of all of my needs once I'm old. And I've seen some of the prices. God damn! Like, we're looking, like, I was looking at this because I started doing my research on what's going to happen, once I get to that age.
How much money you need.
The kind of lifestyle that I want at this point in time in 2025, it's going to be about $10,000 a month, 10 grand a month. That's for me to go into a care home and to get all the comforts of life and everything that I want, because I want it to be like a social place. I'm going to be the one that's going to be doing seminars for the old people. You know what I mean? I'm going to be, but so I'm like, whoa, what's going to happen to people that don't have this money? Where do they go?
Right, I agree. And then both of, we are, this time, it's not easy for kids, only one person working and then their parents staying at home. And both of are working. So it's not even possible in Canada, then parents, they need a place which is safe, with increasing falls, and then they need somebody who can check on them and making sure the medications are available. So there's sometimes there's no choice. Their level of care is high, but they cannot stay in the hospital forever. There's shortage of care homes. So we are in that, silver tsunami, tsunami is coming.
Yeah. And we're not ready.
We are not ready. Yes. So this is where the opportunity.
So this is a perfect segue, because I think that the government will be forced to create incentives to make sure that we address this. Number one, we have a housing issue. We got a growing population in general. I mean, 40 million people. In the next 25 years, there's going to be another 20 million people that are going to be added to the population, including deaths, births, and immigration. But the government's going to have to step up here in Canada to be able to make sure that we're taking care of our aging population, which segues into more of a political topic. And I can see that you brought this here. Now, we're not going to get political here.
No, sure not.
And we're not going to, I really want to make sure that I can be completely biased. And I don't want to be biased. But you got this book here. Why did you feel compelled to bring this book?
Well, I thought I wanted to I don't want to discuss what's in the book, but when Mark Carney actually, put his name to be the leader of the Liberal Party, none of us knew who he was, and I was compelled to find out who this man really is. I mean, I know a little bit about him, but
we have our ideas.
Bank of Canada governor, Bank of England governor, Harvard educated PhD in economics. So I always feel the best way to learn about someone is if they have written a book.
See what's going on.
Grab a glass of wine and sit down and let them talk to you for hours after hours, because that's when you learn about that person. So I read that, and he's got some really interesting ideas.
You brought this here. What are some insights that you got out of this book for you personally?
One thing I did get out of it, that he is a balanced-minded person. He's not extreme to the left or the right, very thoughtful, understands economics, goes through the history of economics, and then he talks about the effect of what is happening with the environment, why he feels the environment is a big issue, because as a governor of Bank of Canada and Bank of England, he was in close ties with the insurance industry, and seeing what the insurance industry was changing and how it was changing and what was happening. They were seeing all kind of fires and all these other issues that were happening, and insurance. So that's where his insight actually comes from. And then plus, having been a PhD in economics, understands the global environment and what is required for the future.
Well, without getting political, I agree with what you're saying, and I definitely agree that we needed someone more central, right? I think the pendulum is something either goes this way, so far left. I mean, we've had an NDP government for the past couple of years, so we went too far left, and then the other idea was like, let's go right now, go really right. And I feel he fills that gap in the middle where he's kind of more center, and I definitely can see the appeal, and he did a good job in terms of distancing himself from Trudeau, because not everybody was too happy with what Trudeau was doing. So I definitely see that. I guess for me, one of the things that I always share with people is that the mindset that I have is that whoever's the leader, whether you have the right or the left or whoever the prime minister is, it's really irrelevant because I'm going to win. Right, that's the mindset that I have. I don't care who's the president of the United States. Those things I don't have control over. I mean, I can vote and I can put my little piece, of the bigger pie. But at the end of the day, those are not the things that are gonna get me to do or not do something. And I think that's the mindset I would love people to adopt.
That is true, actually, in most of the cases, because you really have no say. But then there are some times throughout history that comes when that there's about to be some significant change that is about to happen, and where the pot of gold will be traveling to.
Yeah, because you're going to win despite who's in charge.
Exactly. But if you know that the pot of this is where the money will be directed, then you can stand right there and be soaked with it.
I love it, and that's why, the day after the election, some people were happy, some people were like, "Oh, I'm leaving Canada" or whatever. Like, come on, you're not leaving Canada. You know what I mean? It's a land of opportunity.
More people coming to Canada.
I would say for me, it's like, okay, it's another day. It's new rules.
Yes.
Okay, so we play within the new rules. That's what we do.
Right.
Before we wrap this up, I want to leave the audience with some inspiration. Maybe you can think of a quote, something that you live by, and we're gonna have everybody's information will be in the show notes, and so they'll be able to contact you guys. But we'll start over here with Mike. What's a quote or a mantra that you live by?
One mantra I have always lived by: it's all about lifestyle. Think about the lifestyle you want to live, and then whoever supports you, that's your tribe, and go for it. Doesn't matter. There's no race that who is going to win with the most money, but it's about the lifestyle. And I think ultimately that's what everybody is doing it, whether they realize it or not.
I love it. Kiran?
For me, I always remember one thing, that people demand more from yourself and become more of that person you want to be. And to where you are and where you want to be, that difference, like you say, is the people. And if we take care of people, we make an impact on the community. People surround you, and if we influence them, if we make an good impact on the community, you're going to get that fulfillment. And there's nothing in the world that that can give you that happiness and the joy when you make a difference in somebody's life.
I love that so much. So Hari, take us home, baby. Take us home.
So my mantra is, life is what you make it, and dig the well when you are not thirsty. And if you can help billions of people, you will be a billionaire.
Nice.
So these are the things I value, and I think all the time. And you taught us a lot. Thank you so much. This is the thing. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I love it. Dig the well when you're not thirsty.
When you're not thirsty.
Yes.
That's a good one.
I love that. Guys, thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
This is
Thank
amazing.
you.
And that's the podcast. Thank you so much. Alfonso loves you, and we'll see you all at the top.
Top.
Woo! Let's go.